Hello my dear learners and also my fellow teachers. This video contains Mathematics Paper 1 Alternative A 2022. If you are a candidate also who sat for the mathematics paper, you can purpose to watch, comment and even share to your fellow students. If you find this video helpful, remember to subscribe and even share to your learners. Maybe you are a teacher and also you find it I've explained in details from question 1 all the way to question 16 of section 1. I'm Mr. Michael Samuel teacher. So let us begin with the question 1.
And this is the first question we have. So we can actually write it as what? We say cross multiply, get 6n squared will be equal to 25 times n minus 1. Also 6n squared will be equal to, in the bracket we have 25n minus 25. Rearrange them to form a quadratic equation. We have 6n squared minus 25n plus 25 is equal to 0. So it has formed actually a quadratic equation, and for this case we can use either factorization method or use quadratic formula, and also you can use completing square method. Whichever way you feel it's comfortable, you can deal with it. But for the purpose of this video or this tutorial, I will do all the 3 methods so that you feel which one will be okay with you. But remember the 3 marks. Fine. Let us begin with the first, that is factorization method. And in our case, we have to write the equation. Already it is in this form, equation. So we need to get product AC. In our case, A is 6 and C is 25. So if you multiply 6 times 25, you get 150. Therefore, we need to get factors of 150, 2 values, such that when we add them, you get minus 25. So in our case here, 2 factors, this is the same as 10 times 50. But negative, remember negative times a negative, you get positive 150. So minus 10 times minus 10, actually it will give us minus 25. So that's what we are going to use in the middle part. We write it in the expanded form, that will be 6n squared. So now we have minus 10 n minus 15 n plus 25 is equal to 0. So you can see the middle part we have expanded it. Now we take into pairs and we factor out what is common. So in our case here, 6 and 10, 2 is common, n squared and n is common. So 6n squared divided by 2n, we have 3n minus 10n divided by 2n, we get 5. Then the other part, 15 and 25, what is common? Actually, 5 is common. So minus 5 is common. So we have minus 15n divided by minus 5, we get 3n. Then 25 divided by minus 5, we get minus 5, will be equal to 0. Therefore, this can also be written as 2n minus 5, bracket, multiplied by either of these, these are common, multiplied by 3n minus 5, be equal to 0. So either a b is equal to 0, either a is 0 or b is 0. So either 2n minus 5 is equal to 0 or 3n minus 5 is equal to 0. Therefore, this will be 2n equals to 5, and this will be 3n is equals to 5. Therefore, n we get by dividing through by 2, so 5 over 2. The other one is 5 over 3. So this is the same as 2.5 or 2.5, and this is the same as 1 and 2 over 3. And that is the value of n using factorization method. The other method is quadratic formula. I already have this, so I just write this. So that is 6n minus 25, n plus 25 is equal to 0. Now in my case I am using quadratic formula. So quadratic formula is x equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in our case, s is actually n. So we need to find the value of a is 6, b is minus 25, and c is 25. So we substitute directly into the quadratic formula. So n in our case, that is the value n we are looking for, is minus, but b is minus 25, plus or minus square root of b is minus 25, b squared minus 4, a is 6, then and c is 25, all over 2a, a is 6. Fine. We move on. So from here, negative times negative 25, that is 25, plus or minus square root of minus 25 squared, we get 625. Then the other one, 4 times 6 times 25, that will be minus 600, all over 12. Alright. Then here we have 25 plus or minus, this will be the square root of 625 minus 600, that is 25, all over 12. So we end up getting, so this will be 25 plus or minus square root of 25, that is 5, all over 12. So n will be what? Either 25 plus 5, 12, or 25 minus 5 over 12. So this will be 30 over 12, or this is 20 over 12. In the simplified way, 30 over 12, 12 goes 2 times, remainder 6, 6 over 12, which is the same as a half, or 12 goes 1 times, remainder 8 over 12, which we shall have as 2 over 3. So that's by using quadratic formula. Lastly, the other method we have seen we are going also to use is completing square method. Completing square method. Very important. So already we have the equation as 6n squared minus 25 n plus 25 is equal to 0. So in our case here, we need to ensure the coefficient of n squared is 1. So we divide it through by 6. Divide it through by 6. Alright. So I shall have n squared minus 25 over 6n plus, can take this to the right hand side, which will be equal to minus 25 over 6. So using completing square method, what must be added to the left hand side to make it a perfect square? And whatever that must be added is a half the coefficient of n squared. So a half of minus 25 over 6, but everything we square it. The same has to be done on the right hand side. on the right hand side. So that is it. So minus 25 over, this will be 12. Yeah, that is it. So let me just rewrite it to be very clear. So n squared minus 25 over 6n plus, this will be minus 25 over 12. The square will be equal to minus 25 over 6 plus minus 25 square. So that's what must be added. And if you add to the left hand side, you must also add to the right hand side. Fine. So n and this part, so it can be written as n minus 25 over 12 square will be equal to minus 25 over 6 plus, this will be the same as 625 over 144. Alright, so we can actually simplify this factor, so we shall end up 44, this will be 25. Alright, this is n minus 25 over 12 squared. So find the square root on both sides. If we do so, we shall have n minus 25 over 12 equal to plus or minus square root of 25 over 144. And in our case here, we shall have plus or minus square root of 25, that is 5, square root of 144, that is 12. So n is equal to plus or this will be the same as 25, take it to the right hand side, 25 over 12 plus or minus 5 over 12. So n will be what? We will consider plus first, so 25 plus 5 over 12 or 25 minus 5 over 12. We end up getting 30 over 12 or 20 over 12. And in our case, this will be 2.5 or 1 and 2 thirds. And that is the value of n. So in your case, you could have considered whichever method to use. That is it. Thank you. Fine. We can move on and we look at the other question. So a family used 2/5 of its monthly income on school fees. 3/4 of the remaining amount was used on family upkeep, while the rest was invested. The family invested 13,500 shillings monthly. Calculate the amount of money the family used on school fees every month. Alright. In our case, we don't know actually the salary the family was earning. So we can say, let monthly salary be X shillings. Then amount spent on school fees. School fees, 2/5 of his monthly income on school fees, 2/5 of X on monthly income. Then 3/4 of the remaining amount was used on family upkeep. So remaining amount was X minus 2 over 12X, which is 3 over 5X. So whatever was used in family upkeep was 3/4 of the remaining. So 3/4 of the remaining, which is 3 over 5X. So we shall get, that is 9 over 20X. That's what was used in family upkeep. So invested amount, and the rest was invested. So we want to see how much was invested. So it will be x minus what was used on school fees, 2 over 5x plus 9 over 20x. So this we shall get as x equal to, this will be the same as 17 over 20x, and that is, if we subtract, we get 3 over 20 of x. That's what was invested. But we have been told that the family invested 13,500 monthly. So this is equivalent to the invested amount, and that is 3 over 20x will be equivalent to 13,500. So x will be 13,500 times 20 divided by 3. So x is actually 90,000 shillings. So that is the salary the family was getting a month. The question, have we answered the question? Calculate the amount of money family used on school fees. On school fees, the family used what? 2/5 of x. So that is 2 over 5 times x is 90,000. So the family used, if you multiply, you get 36,000. So that's what the family used on school fees. Alright, we move on to the next. Question 3, solve for x in the equation. So the first thing we need to remember about powers and indices, which is very, very important. So here we have, so this can also be written as 5 raised to 2x minus 1 minus 25 is the same as 5 squared times x. So 5 raised to 2x will be equal to 500. So 5. This can also be written as 5. Considering the laws of indices, this will be the same as 5 raised to 2x, we have minus, so over 5 raised to 1 can also be written like that. Minus 5 raised to 2x is equals to 500. Fine. So from here we can say, let 5 raised to 2x be a value a. Then from here I have substitute where we have 5 raised to 2x with a. So that will be a over 5 minus a is equal to 500. Multiply through by 5, then I shall have a minus 5a is equal to 2,500. This will be minus 4a is equal to 25. Alright. So from here, a will be what? Minus 625. But let us see here. This is 5 raised to 2x is equal to minus 625, which is the same as minus 5 raised to that. Now, whatever we need to understand here for us to get x, whether it will be possible, consider this sign here. Even if we introduce logarithm sign, we say we introduce log to both sides, we shall have 2x log 5 is equal to 2 minus 2 log of minus 5, but you don't have logarithm of minus 5. So x has a complex value or a complex number, or we say it is indeterminate. So Kipkoech and Tanui began a 5,000 meter race together at the starting line. Kipkoech and Tanui took 72 seconds and 80 seconds respectively to run a 400 meter lap. The two athletes were together again at the starting line after some time, determining the number of laps that Tanui had to run to complete the race after they were together. Fine. So we have Kipkoech and Tanui. So this is the race that they should go. So, and for one lap it has 400 meter race. So total number of laps that they have to cover will be the total distance be covered by each, and also we divide it for one lap is 400 meter. So here we shall end up getting that will be 12.5 laps. So this is the total laps they have to actually take after they cover 5,000 meter race. Now, after some time, they meet somewhere. So we actually need to find the LCM of 72 and 80. So 72 and 80. So 72 can be written as 2 raised to 3 times 3 squared, and 80 be written as 2 raised to 4 times 5. So for us to get the LCM, take the number with the highest power, the common number with the highest power. So 2, 2. So we are going to take the highest power, and also we take 3, 2 and 5. So LCM in our case here will be 2 raised to 4 times 3 raised to 2 times 5. So if you work it out, we shall get, this is 16 times 9 times 5. So this will be 720 seconds. So after 720 seconds, that is when they met. Now, number of laps made by Tanui, determine the number of laps that Tanui had to run to complete the race after they were together. So, number of laps made by Tanui, it is 720 divided by 80. So this is
9 laps.
So for the remaining laps, because you need to determine the number of time you have to run to complete the race after they were together. So after 720 seconds, that is when they were together, and Tanui had covered 9 laps. So the remaining laps will be the total number of laps, 12.5 minus 9. So this will be 3.5 laps. So Tanui has to cover 3.5 remaining laps. Then question number 5, simplify. So we simplify. So in our case here, this will be the same as 18ax minus, so if we expand this, let me just expand, this shall be 9a squared, then plus 12ax, then minus 4x times 3a minus 12ax, then minus 4x times 4x, that will be minus 16x squared, all over 3a minus 8x. So from here, this will be, so 18ax. So already this has been eliminated, so we have minus 9a squared, then plus 16x squared, all over 3a minus 8a. Then from here, we can actually rearrange it in a way such that we have minus 9a squared, then plus 18ax plus 16x squared, all over 3a minus 8x. So we need to factorize this, but before that we need the numerator part 18ax. We write it in the expanded form. This is like a quadratic equation. So from this point, this can be the same as, so we need to find the product of minus 9 and 16, and for us that product will be minus 9 times 16 is actually the same as, so that is the same as minus 144. But 144 we can get factors such that when we add the two factors we get 18, and that will be minus 6 times 24. Those will be the factors. So this can be written as minus 9a squared, then minus 6ax plus 24ax plus 16x squared, all over 3a minus 8x. So from there, this now we factor it out. So we take this part into pairs. So take this in pair and also the other one in pairs. So this will be, so what is common here is minus 3a minus 3a, factor out, minus 9a squared divided by minus 3a, we get 3a plus, this will be minus 6a squared divided by minus 3, we get plus 2x, close the bracket, plus the other part, 24, 16, what is common? 8 is common and x is common, so 8x. So minus 8, 24ax divided by 8x, that will be 3a. Then 16x squared divided by 8x, we get plus 2x. Close the bracket, then everything all over 3a minus 8x. Then from there, this will be the same as minus 3a plus 8x multiplied by 3a plus 2x, all over 3a minus 8x. So from here, let us reconsider this, the denominator part, such that we can be able to rewrite them as this can be written as, actually we want it to be similar as the numerator part of it, because we have 3a and minus 8x. Here we have minus 3a plus 8x. So if I'm going to introduce a negative, this side negative, such that we factor it out, it will be minus 1, then here we shall have minus, that will be minus 3a, such that if I multiply it will become positive, and this will be plus 8x, such that if I multiply I'll get minus 8x. So I haven't changed anything. So from there now, what is common is minus 3a plus 8x. Then so this will be common, so it shall be cancelled. Therefore, we have 3a plus 2x all over minus 1, which will be the same as minus 3a minus 2x. So, that is it. Move to the next question. Question 6. In the quadrilateral ABCD, AD is equal to CD, which is equal to 6 centimeter. Then BA is equal to BC, which is 12 centimeter. And angle ADC is equal, that is the reflex angle, is equal to 300 degrees. So calculate correct two decimal places the area of the quadrilateral ABCD. So in our case here, this is the reflex angle at a point they add up to 360 degrees. So this angle, the acute angle, will be 60 degrees. Therefore, we need to find the area of this quadrilateral, but they are of the same. Actually, they are corresponding sides. So AB and AD, they actually correspond. If I join AC, then triangle ADC is an isosceles triangle, and also a triangle ABC is also an isosceles triangle. So they'll be similar triangles. So this AD corresponds to AB and BC corresponds to DC. Therefore, to get area of triangle ADC given by a half AB sin theta. So this will be a half times 6 times 6 times sine 60 degrees. So this we shall end up getting 15.59 centimeter squared. If you use calculator, you will get that is the area. But you have said that triangle ADC and ABC, they are similar. That means side AD corresponds with AB and BC corresponds with DC. Therefore, we need to get a linear scale factor. So AB corresponds to AD. So if you get the ratio, will be the same. Also BC, the ratio of DC will be the same. So AB is the same as AC, and in BC, which is 12, the other one is 6. So linear scale factor is 2. But we need to get the area of the other triangle. So area scale factor be given by linear scale factor, we square it. But linear scale factor is 2, so 2 squared will be 4. Therefore, area of triangle ABC will be the linear area scale factor times the area of the other triangle, which is 4 times 15.59. Using your calculator, should end up getting 62.36 centimeters squared. Therefore, to get the area of quadrilateral ABCD, then it will be the area of triangle ABC minus area of triangle ABC. So this will be 62.36 minus 15.59. So we get 46.77 centimeter squared. But the question is asking to 2 decimal places. So we leave the answer to 2 decimal places. That's how we get it. Then, question 7. A watch loses 8 seconds every hour. It was set to read the correct time at 11:00 hours on Sunday. Determine the time in 12-hour system the watch will show on the following Thursday when the correct time is 05:00 hours. So, the watch loses 8 seconds every hour, and the time which was set was 11:00 hour on Sunday up to Thursday. So, shall have starting from Sunday, then Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, up to Thursday. So, and this will, the time was 11:00 hour. Now, from Sunday to Monday, during that particular time, also during this particular time, so during this particular time, and then Thursday on at 05:00 hour. So from Sunday to Monday, that's a span of 24 hours. Then from Monday 11:00 hours to Tuesday, a span of 24 hours. Then from Tuesday to Wednesday 11:00 hours, that's a span of 24 hours. Then from 11:00 hour to 05:00 hours, so this will be the same as how many hours have a span. So this will actually be the same as, now convert this to 20. Actually this is 4 hours. I had 24, that will be 20, actually 29:00, subtract 11, so this will be 008, so 18 hours, span of 18 hours. So that will be 24 times 3 plus 18, so this will be 72 plus 18, that is 90 hours. So from Sunday 11:00 hour to Thursday 05:00 hour, that is 90 hours. But 1 hour, actually 8 seconds is lost. What about 90 hours? How many seconds will be have lost? That will be 90 times 8 divided by 1. So this will be 720 seconds will have been lost. So which is equivalent to 720 divided by 60. This is equivalent to 12 minutes. That simply means from Sunday to Thursday, 12 minutes have been lost. So what will be the correct time? When the correct time is 05. So what will the watch actually show? So for the watch, this will be 5. We subtract 12 minutes. So this is the same. This we borrow 1 hour here, so this will be 4. So now we have 60. 60 minus 12, that is 48, and then 4. So the watch will show the time will be 4:48 and it is AM. So that is in 12 hours 16. Now question 8. A lorry left town A for town B and maintained an average speed of 50 km per hour. A car left town A for town B 42 minutes later and maintained an average speed of 80 km per hour. At the time the car arrived in town B, the lorry had 25 km to cover to town B. Determine the distance between town A and B. So in this situation, so we need just to indicate, and let me draw a sketch. So from town A all the way to town B. Now we have the lorry and also we have the car. So the lorry had left town A. So after 42 minutes, you need to know the distance covered by lorry. The distance covered by lorry after 42 minutes. So remember, distance is speed times time. So the speed of the lorry was 50 km per hour times hour. So the time 42/60 converted to hour. So we shall end up getting 35 km. So after 35 kilometers somewhere, so say that was 35 kilometer. Then after that 5 kilometer or after 42 minutes, that's when the car left town A for town B. So we have been given the speed of the car. So the other thing we need to say, let the distance A, B to be X. So we need to know the time taken by the car from A to B. So time is given as distance over speed, the speed of the, so that is hours. So that is the time taken by the car. The other information given is that at the time the car arrived in town B, the lorry had 25 km to cover to town B. That means the lorry had not arrived to town B. So somewhere here. So let us say this is 25 kilometers remain. Now the lorry is at this particular point. So we don't know this distance the lorry had covered. But the distance this distance lorry covered, it took the same time as when the car left A, the lorry was at this point. By the time the lorry was here, the car had arrived at B. So the time taken by lorry will be equal to time taken by car to reach town B, and that is the same as X over 80 hours. So now the distance covered by lorry, so we need the distance covered by lorry to reach at this point. So it will be what? Distance covered by lorry when the car arrived town B to be 35 plus, now the other distance that remaining, so it is actually speed times time, and it will take x over 8. Then from here, this will be 35 plus, so this is 5 over 8 x. That is the distance that the lorry covered. But whatever is remaining here, so from here, so actually this distance, that all of this distance is the same as x minus 25. Therefore, this will be equated to x minus 25, so that 5 plus 5 over 8x is equal to x minus 25. Collect the like terms together, so I have 35 plus 25 is equal to x minus 5 over 8x. Therefore, this is 60 is equal to 3 over 8x. So x will be 60 times 8 divided by 3. So this will end up being 160 kilometers. So distance between A and B is 160 kilometers. So port L is 120 kilometers on a bearing of 30 degrees south of west from Port K. A ship left Port K at 10:00 hours and sailed at a speed of 40 km/h along the bearing of 60 degrees south of east. Using scale drawing, determine the bearing of the ship from Port L at 14:00 hours. So in this case, we need to make a sketch so that we are able to use scale drawing to draw. So Port L is 120 km on a bearing of 30 degrees south of west. Now, if I to consider this very important, this is north, south, then east, and then west. So it simply means that Port L, from K, we take K as our origin, and then from there, that is 30 degrees southwest to L, and that is 120 kilometers. Then ship left turn K, that is Port K at 10:00 and sail at a speed of 40 km/h along the bearing of, so south of east. Again, from south, that will be an angle of 60 degrees. This is 30. Fine. Then all the way to a certain point at 14:00 hours. So from 10 to 14:00 hours, those are 4 hours. So the distance where the speed the ship was will be 40 times 4 hours, so which is 160 kilometers. That is the distance where it is. So from that point is at 14:00 hours. So we needed to find by scale drawing the bearing of L of the ship from Port L. So we are going to use scale drawing, and for my case I'll use 1 centimeter to represent. So I have 160, and also the other one is 120, so 20 kilometers. So that from here I use 8 centimeter and the other one 6 centimeter. Fine, we can move on now. So I'll start with so I'll put it at that particular point. That will be fine for me. So that point, then draw and also put it perpendicular so that I'm able also to draw this point here. That's okay. So from here, that is 43. Then I'll use a measure an angle of 30 degrees. So 30 degrees, where will it be? It certainly be there. So then let me remove it. Then I use a ruler. Right. Then a length of 6, the mark there. Then one will measure an angle of 60 from south 60 degrees at that particular point. I've put the mark. So now use the ruler. So from that particular point, we measure 6 centimeter to mark there. So it is 120 kilometers and it is 160 kilometers. So from this it is L. So then from here we put 1400 hours and waiting at 1000 hours. And this is 30, the other angle is 60 degrees. So this is kilometers. Now at this point I need to actually draw a perpendicular line at that particular point. And then we need to have the and measure the angle. So from here you can be able to see the angle is actually 83 degrees. So that is the angle, 83 degrees. So this angle is 83 degrees. So you say the shape is, and actually from this point that is to the north and to the east. So the shape is north, 83 degrees east, or inside it 0, 83 degrees. So that is the bearing of the ship from port A. So question 10, the image of P, which is minus 2, 5, under translation T is P prime, which is 2, 2, and Q prime is 9 minus 5 is the image of Q under the same translation T. Determine the coordinates of Q. So in this situation, you have been given the image of P under translation T is P prime. Therefore, P is the object, so you have the object, then plus a translation whereby we get the image. Then we have the object, which is P, so we need to add the translation such that we shall get the image P prime. So for our case, we know P, so we can say let the translation T have the coordinates x, y. Therefore, point P, which is minus 2, 5, we write them in column vector, then plus T, translation T, which is x, y, will give us the image, which is 2, 2. So, we compare the corresponding terms, that will be minus 2 plus x will be equal to 2. Therefore, x will be, that will be 2 plus 2, which is 4. And then for y, compare the y coordinates. So we have 5 plus y is equal to 2. Therefore, y will be 2 minus 5, which is actually minus 3. Therefore, T will be xy, and in our case, x is 4 and y is minus 3. So, because we need to get the coordinates of Q, and here also we have been given Q prime, that is the image of Q, the same thing will happen, so we need to get coordinates of Q. So Q, which is the object, plus the translation vector will give us Q prime. Therefore, let Q be what? We have to say that let Q xy. Fine. Therefore, in our case, we shall have Q is xy plus the translation vector, we know it, which is 4 minus 3 will be equal to the image of Q, which is 9 minus 5. Compare the x coordinates, so we equate them. X plus 4 is equal to 9. So this implies that x is equal to 9 minus 4, which is 5. And also y plus minus 3 is equal to minus 5. This implies that y will be equal to minus 5. Then this will be plus 3, which we get minus 2. Therefore, coordinates of Q will be in this format. xy will be Q is 5 minus 2. And that is it. Question 11. A Kenyan bank bought and sold United Arab Emirates, that is UAE, dirhams on 2 different dates as shown below. So this is a table. We have showing the dates and the currency, and then the buying and selling column, that is the exchange currency. Then a Kenyan tourist who traveled to UAE on 1st August 2021 converted 130,050 shillings, Kenyan shillings, to UAE dirhams. During a stay in UAE, she spent 3,520 UAE dirhams. She arrived back to Kenya on 16 August 2021. On the same day, she converted the remaining amount of money to Kenya shillings at the same bank. Calculate the amount of money in Kenyan shillings that she received from the bank. So in this situation here, remember we are converting a Kenyan currency either to foreign currency, which is the dirhams, or foreign currency to Kenyan currency. So the first thing I want you to note is about when converting from foreign currency to Kenyan currency, so we use the buying column rate. And then when converting from Kenyan currency to foreign currency, we use the selling column rate. So this is very important for this question. So on 1st of August, that is 1st August, so converted Kenyan shillings to UAE, that is from Kenyan currency to foreign currency, we use the selling column rate. So, and the exchange rate here, so this what, that is 1st of August, so we use this part. So that is 1 dirham is equivalent to how many Kenyan shillings? That is 28 shillings 90 cents. Therefore, and the tourist converted 130,050 shillings to dirham. How many dirham is it? So it is, we divide, and we shall get, that will be 4,500 dirhams. Then amount left. So, and we are being told during her stay in UAE she spent 3,520 dirhams. So amount left after spending will be the total amount, which is 4,500 dirhams minus the amount that the tourist spent, and this will be 980 dirhams. That was the amount remained. Then on 16 August, she arrived back to Kenya, and once in Kenya, the tourist cannot use the dirham currency. He has to convert back to Kenya. So from foreign to Kenyan currency, from foreign to Kenyan currency. Therefore, in this case, the bank will buy the foreign currency, and we use the buying column rate. Therefore, that is from 16th of August. Now he has to convert from foreign to Kenyan currency, and therefore the bank will use the buying column rate. So 1 dirham, in that case it is equivalent to 28 shillings, Kenyan shillings. Therefore 980 dirhams will be equivalent to how many shillings? That will be 980 times 28 by 1. And this will give us 27,440. So that's the amount she received from the bank. Next, question 12. An electric post erected vertically is 20 meters from point P on the same level ground. The angle of elevation of the top T of the post from P is 30 degrees. Given that S is the midpoint of the post, calculate, correct to 1 decimal place, the angle of elevation of S from P. Now we have an electric post which is erected vertically. So let me draw this to represent the electric post. And then it is 20 meters from point P on the level ground. From P, which is 20 meters from a level ground. And something else given, the angle of elevation of the top T of the post from P is 30. So this is the top, and the angle of elevation, this is the angle of elevation, which is 30 degrees. And also given S is the midpoint of the post. Consider this the midpoint S of the post. Calculate, correct to 1 decimal, the angle of elevation of S from P. So we need to get this angle of elevation. Let me call it theta. Fine. So something which is also very important, I can say let me call this the bottom of the electric post, such that if S is the midpoint, let me say that TS is X, therefore also the other part will be X. The S is the midpoint, so it divides the two into equal ratio. So I'm going to apply Sokotoa, but in our case here I'm not interested with the hypotenuse, so I'm interested if we consider this angle, BP is the adjacent and this is the opposite. So I use tangent is opposite over adjacent. So tan theta is equal to BT, that is tan 30 degrees, BT over, that is BP. So, but BP is 20. So from this case, I have tan theta, that is tan 30 degrees, BT, that will be the height I'm looking for. BP is 20. So BT is 20 tan 30 degrees, which is 11.55 centimeter. Also, to get theta, need now to get X. So for my case, BT is equal to 2X, therefore, which is 11.55 equals to 2X, therefore X is equal to 5.775. Therefore I need to get theta. So tan theta will be equal to bs over bp, and tan theta is equals to bs is x, but x is 5.775 over 20. So this I'll end up getting 0.28875. Then theta will be tan inverse of 0.28875, and I will end up getting 16.1060739. But the question is asking to correct to one decimal place, so this will be 16.1 degrees. Next, question 13. Given that A, matrix A is 2, 6, 2U5, B is 7 minus 3 minus U5, and BA is 2V, 16W, determine the values of U, V, and W. So, BA, been given BA, that is, for us to get BA, simply B times A, we get BA. And in our case here, B is 7 minus 3 minus U, 5, multiplied by the matrix A, 2, 6, 2U, 5. It will give us BA, and BA is 2V, 16W. So in this situation, we multiply the matrix. For I to get 2, we multiply the first row times the first column. So this will be 7 times 2, which is 14, plus minus 3 times 2u, which is minus 6u. Then to get v, multiply the first row and the second column. Means 7 times 6, 42. Then minus 3 times 5, that will be minus 15. Then to get 16 is the second row times first column. So minus u times 2, that is minus 2u, plus 5 times 2u, that will be plus 10u. Then to get w, it is the second row times second column. So minus u times 6, that is minus 6u, then plus 25, 5 times 5. So let me just simplify it. This will be 14 minus 6u, 42 minus 15, that is 27, then minus 2u plus 10u, that is 8u, and the other one is minus 6u plus 25 will be equal to 2v16w. So we compare the corresponding elements. To get u, I have here 8u and 16, they correspond to each other. 8u is equal to 16. Therefore, u is equal to 16 over 8, which is 2. Then v is 27 corresponds to v, so is 27. And then the other one will be minus 6u plus 25 will be equal to w, but u is 2. Therefore, we have minus 12 plus 25 is equal to w. Therefore, w is 13. Therefore, u is 2, v is 27, and w is 13. Question 14. The capacities of two similar containers are 54 milliliters and 250 milliliters respectively. The difference in the height of the two containers is 4 centimeters. Calculate the height of the larger container. So in this situation, you have been given two containers and that is the volumes. But because we need the height of the larger container, we need to apply similarities, and that is the volume scale factor and also linear scale factor. So in this situation, we can get the volume scale factor, and the volume scale factor shall take the volume of larger container, we divide by volume of smaller container, and volume of the larger container is 250 ml divided by the volume of the other smaller container, which is 54. This is the same as divided by 2. We get this is the same as 125 over 27. We need to get linear scale factor in order to get the height. So linear scale factor will be the cube root of the volume scale factor. And in our case, volume scale factor is 125 over 27. This is the same as cube root of 125 is the same as 5 cubed, and 27 is the same as 3 cubed. Therefore, cube root of 5 raised to 3, that is 5, and the other one is 3. So that is the linear scale factor. And since we don't know the height of the smaller, so the difference of the height of the two container is 4 centimeters. So let the height of smaller container be x. Be x centimeter. Then height of larger container will be x plus 4. Therefore, we can easily be able now to get the value of x, linear scale factor. So this is the same as linear scale factor 5 over 3 is the same as height of the bigger container over height of the smaller container. Cross multiply, get 5x is equal to 3 times x, that is 3x, plus 3 times 4, that is 12. Therefore 5x minus 3x is equal to 12, and 2x is equal to 12. Therefore x is equal to 6 centimeters. The question is asking the height of the larger container. Therefore, larger container, the height is x plus 4, which will be x is 6 plus 4. Therefore, we get 10 centimeters. So that is the height of the larger container. Question 15. The table below shows the minimum in a mathematics test of two classes. With the class X and Y, the number of students in X is 43, in Y it is 45. Minmark for class X is 65 and minmark for class Y is 62. So calculate correct to two decimal places the minmark of the classes. So remember, to get min is the total marks. We divide by total number of students. Therefore, to get the mark for plus x, it will be the number of students times 65. That will be the total marks. So 43 times 65 to get the total marks for class X, and also the total marks for class Y. It is the number of students 45 times the mean marks, then divided by total number of students, that is 43 plus 45. So here I'll end up getting 43 times 65, that is 2795, and 45 times 62, that is plus 2790. Total number of students is 88. So this is the same as 5585 divided by 88. So we get 63.47. correctly to 2 decimal places. So question 16, the base A, B, C, D, E, F of a right pyramid is a regular hexagon of side 2.5 cm. Point V is the vertex of the pyramid and the length of the slanting edge is 4 cm. Draw a labeled net of the pyramid. So before even we draw the net of the pyramid, we need to just make a sketch of the pyramid. And remember, hexagonal, regular hexagon means 6 faces. So I'll just draw it. We have AB, which is 2.5 centimeter. So AB, C, D, E, F. So that is it. Then we've been given it has slant. The slant length or the slant edge is 4 centimeter. So these are meeting at this particular point. Yeah. So this edge is 4 centimeter. The slant edges, they are 4 centimeter. So from there now we can be able to draw the net of the pyramid. Now we start by drawing side AB, locate A, and then we locate point B. And remember that at this particular point, angle ABC, that is the interior, is 120, exterior is 60, that is 360 degrees divided by 6 sides, we get 60. So we construct an angle of 60 degrees at B, which will be external. So then we locate point C. So we shall do the same process for all the sides, 6 sides, ensuring that each side is 2.5. Then at the end we draw the slant height. So we proceed on, and then we should be able to locate point D. Then we construct again another angle of 60 degrees, which will be exterior, and then we join the point DE. Then again from that particular point we construct another angle of 60 degrees, and finally we locate it to point F, which will be the final point. So that is C, D, E and F. Then from there, now we draw the slant edges, which is 4 centimeter. We start from A, we make an arc for all the sides, each vertex or each point locating to the, draw an arc at the vertex. So we do for all the sides, and then we join the ABC to the required vertex. Fine. Now we join all the points to the vertex in that manner, and then we have obtained the net of the pyramid. So those are the vertex, and the slant edge is 4 cm, and the side is, for the hexagonal face, is 2.5.